The universe was still young. No stars burned in the sky. No galaxies moved through space. No planets circled distant suns. The cosmos remained silent, waiting. Below the darkness of the newborn universe stretched an endless cosmic ocean. An ocean without shores. An ocean without waves. An ocean that seemed to extend forever. Ancient texts call this ocean the Kshirasa, the ocean of creation. And resting peacefully upon those infinite waters was Narayana, the eternal consciousness of existence. He lay upon the massive coils of the serpent, Shisha, the infinite one. Shisha's enormous body stretched across the cosmic ocean. Thousands of shimmering hoods rose above the water, glowing faintly in the darkness. Upon those coils Narayana rested calmly. His eyes were closed, as if the universe itself still existed inside his dream. Everything was silent, still balanced, because before creation begins, the universe must first be perfectly calm, but that silence would not last forever, because something was about to appear. From the center of Narayana's body, a faint golden light began to glow. At first it was barely visible, a tiny spark against the darkness, but slowly, the glow began to grow. The cosmic ocean reflected the golden light. Soft waves shimmered across the surface. The silent universe began to glow, and then something extraordinary began to emerge. From the navel of Narayana, a golden stem slowly rose. The stem stretched upward through the cosmic ocean, growing gently, gracefully, as if guided by an unseen force. The golden stem continued rising higher and higher. The darkness of the universe surrounded it, but the glowing stem kept growing. And at the very top of the stem, something began to form. A small golden bud. The bud slowly began to open, petal by petal. A magnificent lotus flower bloomed above the cosmic ocean. Its petals glowed with divine golden light. The entire universe was illuminated by its radiant glow. This was the cosmic lotus, the lotus of creation. Inside this lotus, a new being was about to awaken, a being who would shape the universe. The creator Brahma. But at this moment, Brahma had not yet opened his eyes. The lotus floated peacefully above the cosmic ocean, connected to Narayana through the glowing golden stem. Below the lotus, Narayana remained calm and silent, watching, and deep within the center of the lotus, consciousness slowly awakened. At first it was faint, a small spark of awareness. Then suddenly, two eyes opened. For the first time in existence, Brahma awoke, but confusion filled his mind, because everywhere he looked, there was nothing. No sky above him, no land beneath him, no stars in the darkness, only the endless cosmic ocean, and the giant lotus upon which he sat. Brahma slowly looked around. The universe was silent. No wind, no sound, no movement. Only darkness and the glowing petals of the lotus beneath him. Brahma stood up, his mind filled with questions. Where am I? Who created me? Why do I exist? But there were no answers. Brahma looked down toward the center of the lotus, and there he noticed something. A long golden stem extended downward. The glowing stem stretched deep into the cosmic ocean below, disappearing into the darkness beneath the waters. Brahma stared at the stem. Perhaps this stem held the secret of his origin. Perhaps if he followed it, he would discover the truth. Without hesitation, Brahma stepped toward the center. He looked down the glowing path. It stretched endlessly into the darkness. Brahma took a deep breath and began descending, slowly, carefully, climbing down the glowing golden path. The cosmic ocean stretched endlessly around him, still silent, still empty, still waiting. Brahma continued descending. Minutes passed, then hours, then what felt like centuries. But the end of the stem never appeared. The deeper Brahma traveled, the darker the universe became. The cosmic ocean remained endless, still mysterious. Brahma continued searching, trying to find the origin of the lotus. But no matter how far he traveled, the answer remained hidden. And far below the cosmic ocean, resting peacefully upon the infinite serpent Shisha, Narayana remained still, watching silently, observing the awakening of the Creator. The universe had begun its story. But Brahma had not yet realized something important. He was not the first being to exist. He was only the next step, and the truth of the universe was still waiting to be revealed. Brahma continued descending the golden stem. The glowing lotus was now far above him, its radiant petals slowly fading into the darkness of the universe. Below him stretched only silence, and the endless cosmic ocean. The golden stem remained the only source of light. It glowed softly as Brahma carefully climbed down its surface. The deeper he traveled, the darker the universe became. The cosmic ocean stretched endlessly in every direction. Still calm, still silent, still empty. Brahma continued his journey, because he believed the truth had to exist somewhere below. Someone must have created him. Someone must have placed him upon that lotus, and Brahma was determined to find that creator. He descended further and further, but the universe revealed nothing. No land, no sky, no creator, only darkness in the cosmic ocean. The golden stem seemed endless, its glowing surface disappearing deeper into the darkness. Brahma kept descending, but eventually something strange happened. The stem simply stopped. There was no ground below it, no foundation, no ocean floor. The golden stem simply vanished into the darkness. Brahma looked around. There was nothing. The cosmic ocean stretched endlessly around him, no answers, only silence. For the first time since awakening, Brahma felt confused. He had followed the lotus stem searching for the truth, but the universe had given him nothing, only deeper mystery. Brahma remained there for a long time, floating above the endless waters, trying to understand what he was supposed to do. But the universe remained silent. The cosmic ocean did not respond. The darkness revealed no secrets. Eventually, Brahma realized something important. Perhaps the answers were not below the lotus. Perhaps they were above. So Brahma began climbing back up the golden stem, slowly returning toward the cosmic lotus. The journey upward felt even longer than the journey down. The universe remained empty. The cosmic ocean stretched endlessly, but eventually the glowing lotus appeared once again, its golden petals illuminating the darkness of the newborn universe. Brahma climbed onto the lotus once more. He stood quietly at its center, looking across the endless ocean, still searching, still wondering, still confused. Where had he come from? Why did he exist? Who had created him? The silence around him felt overwhelming. For the first time since awakening, Brahma felt completely alone, the only being in the entire universe. Brahma sat down at the center of the lotus. The glowing petals spread around him like a golden throne. But there was no kingdom, no worlds, no life, only the silent ocean below. Brahma closed his eyes, trying to understand the mystery of his existence. And then something unexpected happened. A faint vibration moved through the cosmic ocean. The waters shimmered gently beneath the lotus. A subtle wave of energy passed through the universe. Brahma felt the vibration around him, but he could not see its source. Then suddenly a voice appeared. Not a voice carried by air. There was no air yet, not a voice spoken through sound, but a voice that appeared directly inside Brahma's mind. The voice was calm, powerful, ancient. It spoke only a single word, tapasya. Brahma opened his eyes in surprise. He looked around the cosmic ocean, but he saw no one. The universe remained empty, still silent, still dark. Yet the voice had been real. The word echoed again within his mind. Tapasya, meditate, seek knowledge within. Brahma slowly stood up, trying to understand the meaning of the word. Why meditation? Why silence? Brahma had spent so long searching the universe, climbing down the lotus stem, exploring the cosmic ocean. But those journeys had revealed nothing. Perhaps the voice was telling him something important. Perhaps the truth of the universe could not be discovered through movement. Perhaps the truth had to be discovered through stillness. Brahma slowly sat back down upon the lotus. He crossed his legs, closed his eyes, and began to meditate. The cosmic ocean shimmered softly beneath him. The golden lotus glowed quietly in the darkness, and Brahma remained perfectly still, searching not through the universe but through his own consciousness. The journey toward the truth had only just begun, and the next stage of Brahma's meditation would reveal the first visions of creation itself. Brahma sat silently at the center of the cosmic lotus. The endless ocean stretched beneath him. The universe around him remained dark and empty. No stars burned in the sky. No worlds existed. No time flowed. Everything remained silent. But Brahma no longer searched the universe. He searched himself. The words spoken by the mysterious voice continued echoing inside his mind. Tapasya, meditate, seek knowledge within. So Brahma remained perfectly still, his eyes closed, his breathing calm. The cosmic ocean shimmered faintly beneath the lotus. The golden petals glowed softly in the darkness, and slowly, Brahma's mind became quiet. The confusion faded, the questions disappeared, and in that deep silence, something began to happen. At first it was faint, a small spark of light inside Brahma's mind, but slowly the light grew brighter. Images began forming within his consciousness, visions of a universe that did not yet exist. Brahma saw stars igniting across the darkness, massive spheres of fire burning in the cosmic void. He saw galaxies forming in giant spirals of light, millions of stars swirling together like cosmic storms. He saw clouds of glowing dust drifting through space. From those clouds, planets slowly emerged, worlds of stone, worlds of fire, worlds covered in oceans. The visions continued expanding. Brahma watched mountains rising from the surface of young planets, oceans forming across ancient worlds. He saw life appearing for the first time, small creatures moving through water, creatures walking across land, creatures flying through skies that did not yet exist. Brahma watched these visions with amazement, because he realized something incredible. These were not memories. They were the future, the universe that would one day exist, and somehow those visions were appearing inside his mind, as if the knowledge of creation had already been placed within him. Brahma continued meditating. The visions became clearer, more detailed. He saw the birth of time itself, moments flowing forward like waves across the cosmic ocean. He saw the forces that would guide the universe, gravity pulling worlds together, energy flowing through space, light traveling across infinite distances. The universe was no longer empty inside Brahma's mind. It was alive, filled with possibilities, filled with creation. And then Brahma began to understand something even greater. The knowledge he was seeing did not belong to him. It had been given to him, placed within him by the true source of existence, the being who had spoken the word tapasya. But Brahma still did not know who that being was. So he continued meditating deeper, further into the silence of his mind, and the visions continued expanding. Brahma saw the birth of the 5 fundamental elements: space, air, fire, water, earth, the building blocks of creation, the forces that would shape every world, every star, every galaxy. Brahma watched as space expanded across the darkness, creating the vast canvas of the universe. Then came air, movement, then fire, light igniting across the universe, stars burning in the darkness, then water, the source of life, the flowing energy of existence, and finally, earth, solid worlds forming. The entire universe was slowly forming inside Brahma's mind, piece by piece, layer by layer. Brahma realized something incredible. Creation was not random. It followed a perfect order, a perfect balance, and somehow he had been chosen to bring that balance into existence. But the question still remained: who had created him? Then suddenly, a new vision appeared. Brahma saw the cosmic ocean again, endless waters stretching across infinity. He saw the golden stem rising from those waters, and then he saw something he had never seen before. Far below the lotus, resting upon the infinite coils of the serpent Shisha, lay a divine being, a being whose presence filled the universe with calm, a being whose consciousness seemed older than time itself. Brahma watched the vision carefully because he realized something incredible. This being was the one who had created him, the one who had placed him upon the lotus, the one who had spoken the word tapasya, the eternal source of existence, Narayana. But Brahma's meditation was not yet complete, because the true power of creation had not yet been revealed, and the next stage of his meditation would unlock the knowledge needed to shape the universe itself. Brahma remained deep in meditation. The cosmic lotus beneath him glowed softly above the endless ocean of creation. The universe around him was still empty, still dark, still silent. But inside Brahma's mind, everything had begun to change. The visions continued expanding, stars igniting across the cosmic void, galaxies spinning through infinite space, worlds forming from clouds of cosmic dust. But one vision stood above all the others: the cosmic ocean, endless waters stretching across infinity. And resting upon those waters, a divine presence, a being lying peacefully upon the coils of the infinite serpent, Shisha, Narayana, the eternal source of existence. As Brahma focused on the vision, it became clearer. The serpent Shisha floated across the cosmic ocean like an island of eternity. Its enormous coils stretched endlessly across the waters. Thousands of shimmering hoods rose above the ocean like a crown of divine energy, and resting calmly upon those coils, Narayana remained perfectly still. His eyes were closed, his expression peaceful, as if the entire universe was resting inside his dream. Brahma watched the vision carefully. The more he focused, the more he understood. Narayana was not simply another being in the universe. Narayana was the origin of the universe itself, the consciousness from which all existence had emerged, even Brahma himself. The golden lotus upon which Brahma sat was connected to Narayana through the glowing stem. Through that connection, Brahma had received the knowledge of creation, the visions, the elements, the laws that would shape the universe. All of it had come from Narayana. Brahma's meditation deepened. The universe inside his mind continued expanding. He saw the birth of the first stars, massive spheres of fire igniting across the darkness. He saw galaxies forming like spirals of glowing light. He saw worlds emerging from clouds of cosmic dust. But something else began to happen. Brahma no longer simply watched the visions, he began to understand them. The forces that shaped the universe became clear. The balance between creation and destruction, the harmony between energy and matter, the delicate order that held the cosmos together. Brahma realized that creation was not simply about making worlds. Creation was about maintaining balance, because without balance, the universe would collapse into chaos, and that balance had been entrusted to him, the creator. But Brahma also understood something else. Even though he would create the universe, he was not the ultimate source. The true origin of existence remained Narayana, the eternal consciousness resting upon the cosmic ocean. Brahma slowly opened his eyes. The visions faded. The cosmic lotus beneath him glowed brightly. The endless cosmic ocean stretched below. The universe remained empty, still waiting. But now Brahma understood his purpose. He had been created to bring the universe into existence. The stars, the galaxies, the worlds of gods and humans. All of it would begin with him. But before creation could begin, Brahma needed the power to shape the cosmos. And that power came from Narayana. So Brahma closed his eyes once again and offered his first prayer, a prayer to the eternal source of existence. The prayer echoed silently across the cosmic ocean. And deep below the lotus, Narayana slowly opened his eyes. The moment of creation was approaching. The universe was ready to be born, but before the first star could ignite, before the first world could form, Brahma needed to bring the fundamental forces into existence. The 5 elements: space, air, fire, water, earth. These elements would become the foundation of the universe, and the knowledge of how to create them was about to be revealed. The silence of the cosmos was about to end. Creation was about to begin. Brahma slowly opened his eyes. The cosmic lotus beneath him shimmered with golden light. The endless ocean of creation stretched far below. The universe remained dark, silent, empty. But Brahma was no longer confused. Through meditation he had begun to understand something extraordinary. The visions he had seen were not illusions. They were the blueprint of the universe, the knowledge of creation itself, and that knowledge had come from Narayana, the eternal consciousness resting upon the cosmic ocean. As Brahma sat quietly upon the lotus, the universe seemed to respond. The cosmic ocean began to shimmer with waves of divine energy. Soft ripples spread across the infinite waters. The serpent, Shisha, shifted gently beneath Narayana. The silence of the cosmos felt alive. Then Brahma felt a powerful presence, a presence that filled the entire universe. Brahma bowed his head, because he now understood the truth. He had not created himself. Everything had begun with Narayana. The golden stem connecting the lotus to Narayana carried the divine power of creation. Suddenly the voice returned, clearer, stronger. It spoke directly inside Brahma's mind. The universe awaits creation. You have been given the knowledge of creation. The balance of the cosmos now rests within you. The stars will be born through you. The worlds will rise through you. The cycle of existence will begin with you. The voice slowly faded, but its meaning remained clear. Brahma opened his eyes. The universe around him remained dark, but he understood something important. The darkness was not emptiness. It was possibility. Brahma stood at the center of the lotus. The glowing petals spread around him like a throne of light. Below him, the cosmic ocean shimmered endlessly, and far beneath those waters, Narayana watched silently the eternal source of existence. Brahma looked across the empty universe, and for the first time, he smiled, because he finally understood his purpose. He was the creator, but creation would not begin with stars or galaxies. It began with the 5 elements: space, air, fire, water, earth. From these elements, the entire universe would eventually emerge. Brahma closed his eyes once again, and began focusing his mind upon the first element, space. The vast emptiness that would allow the universe to exist. Without space, nothing could form. Space would become the canvas of creation. The cosmic ocean shimmered beneath the lotus, and deep below the waters Narayana remained still, watching silently. The silence of existence was about to end. Stars would soon ignite. Galaxies would soon spin across the cosmos. The story of the universe had only just begun. The next chapter reveals the first step, the birth of the 5 elements.